Hi, Kids Church. This is Josie. We are here for another week of church together, and I'm so excited that you've joined me this morning. I wonder, have you invited a friend to watch with you this week? If not, make sure you remember for next week. We cannot wait to get involved in church together. Now, coming up, we have worship. We're going to get into God's Word. We're going to pray together. And we're also going to learn more about how we can be the best versions of ourselves in this time and as we grow up. So, are you ready? The first thing we're going to do is kick off with worship.
This song is how we put our trust in God. No matter what I'm gonna face tomorrow. I build my life on everything you say. You turn the light on, now I see forever. The path is clearer out in front of me. I put one foot in front of the other, keeping my eyes on you. My life following Jesus, I trust you, I trust you. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. Hey. No matter what I'm gonna face tomorrow. I build my life on everything you say. You turn the light on, now I see forever. The path is clearer out in front of me. I put one foot in front of the other, keeping my eyes on you. My life following Jesus, I trust you, I trust you. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, as the world shakes and things break, as the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes and things break, you are my rock, my everything. Woo!
This song is called Fight My Battles. It's how we can remember that we can fight through any difficult situation with God on our side. Are you ready? Let's sing together. This is how I fight my battles. 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 It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. This is how I fight my battles. 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 We will praise you. We will praise you. you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, let's say hello to everybody at Kids Church.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. We are here at Kids Church today, and we are going to be talking to you about baptism. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Levi, what is baptism?
It's when you get dunked under the water and you pray.
That's right. And when you get dunked under the water, when you go into the water, do you go like this?
No,
No. What do you do?
you just go in the water for a few seconds and then come back up.
That's right. In baptism, you go right down and then you come right back up. And do you know that Jesus was baptized? Did you know
Yep.
that? That's right.
By his brother John.
That's right, by John. John was Jesus' cousin, which is a very, very cool family member. And John did that when he was busy baptizing lots of other people. And then Jesus came and everyone was like, whoa, Jesus is here and he's going to be baptized. And do you know why he did that?
Why?
Because he wanted to set an example for us. What is an example?
It's when you do it so other people understand what you're doing.
Brilliant, that's exactly what it is. You are so smart, Levi. I'm so impressed. So we're actually going to read this very, very short story from the Bible in the book of Luke, and it's from Luke chapter 3, verse 21, and it says, Jesus is baptized by John, just like Levi said. And it says this, when all the people were being baptized by John, Jesus was also baptized. And while Jesus was praying, heaven opened and the Holy Spirit came down on him. And the Spirit was in the form of a dove. What is a dove?
It's a white bird that flies over you sometimes.
That's right. And then a voice came from heaven and said, you are my son, and I love you. I am very pleased with you. And you know, after Jesus got baptized is when he started doing all of his miracles. And do you know what some of the miracles were that Jesus did?
He healed a man who couldn't walk.
Yeah, that's right.
And
And then did he heal somebody who couldn't?
see,
Yeah, and he healed people who couldn't.
hear,
That's right. And he even healed people who couldn't.
speak.
That's right. Jesus did amazing things. Now, why do you think we get baptized?
So we can pray to God.
That's
Jesus.
right. So when we get baptized, we often say a prayer because a baptism is a way that we show the rest of the world that we believe in Jesus. So we've already made the decision in our hearts to believe in Jesus, and then we get baptized to say to the world, I belong to Jesus. And that's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And did you know that you can get baptized even when you're a kid?
Yep.
That's cool, hey. Because you can make the decision to be a Christian when you're a child, hey. You can believe in Jesus even when you are this high, or this high, or this high, or all the way up there. I'm never going to get that tall. Do you think you're going to get that tall?
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll have to see. Well, now that we know what baptism is, we want to encourage people that they can get baptized too. And when all of the lockdown stuff is over and we're all able to come back to church together, I'm sure that we'll have an opportunity to do that. And that'll be fun, won't it, Levi?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for answering all my questions, Levi. I really appreciate it. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye, everyone.
Bye!
So one man seems to have us all talking at the moment. Some say he's hairy, some say he's scary, some say he's met the Son of Mary. But one thing we all want to know is, who is this man? What makes him tick? Please everybody, welcome with me today, John the Baptist. Welcome, John, take a seat. Thanks so much for being here with us today. I know these aren't your usual surroundings, being in the wilderness and all of that.
These lights are very, very bright. At least I won't get camel muck on my shoes today.
Yes. Speaking of the wilderness, actually, one thing we were keen to ask is, why locusts? Now, most of the viewers, we can understand honey, honey nut toast, honey nut cornflakes, but locusts, I don't think, surely they can't taste very good.
Well, you know, I was in the desert on a mission from God. I was called to prepare the way for people. And certain sacrifices had to be made. At first it was, well, interesting, but I sort of got used to it, you see. Honey nut cornflakes. That does sound good.
Well, I'm sure we can get you a bowl offset. So John, let's talk about all of the baptising that you did. How many are we talking a day?
Hundreds. I mean, at first people were a little bit afraid, but can't really see why. I was sent to prepare the way. People were turning from their sins, from the old to the new. But I will tell you this, the River Jordan wasn't always that warm. How my toes froze in those cold mornings. I hope God realises. Just thinking about it now makes me shiver.
Ouch. Still worth it?
Of course, I was doing God's will.
Fantastic. Now listen, John, one thing we really want to know about is Jesus, Mary's son, your cousin, and the Messiah himself, who you preached about. Tell us more about him.
It was amazing. He let me baptise him, the Son of God. It was the perfect day, the best day ever. That day, I heard the voice of God say, "This is my son whom I love."
Wow. Truly amazing. I'm sure the viewers at home will agree. Now listen, unfortunately, it's time for us nearly to end this programme today, but one thing we like to do with all of our guests is to get them to play a fun game. So seeing as we've been talking about baptising today, transforming from the old into the new, we thought it'd be fun to get John to have a little sniff of these garments to see if he can tell us which one might be fresh or new or old and worn. You up for the challenge?
A sniff test? Well, that's not the strangest thing I've ever done, so why not?
Okay, garment number 1, John.
Smells pretty fresh to me.
Excellent. Okay, here we go. Garment number 2.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh, smells like this robe after a good long trek in the desert.
Oh dear, well it looks like John's had his fill of somebody's old garments. But what a privilege to have the very first baptizer himself here with us today. Thank you so much, John, for being with us today.
No, thank you. Now, I must ask about those cornflakes.
I'm sure we can get you some offset. Don't forget to join us next week for conversations about temple tax. Bye for now.
Hi, I'm Elspeth. It is so good to see you again today. How are you doing? We really do care about you and hope that you are doing well. Hasn't today been amazing with Kids Church? It is so good to be here again, and I'm excited for what we're going to talk about today. Are you ready for it? Here we go. We are talking about forgiveness. Ooh. Now that's quite a big word, isn't it? But I'm sure all of us have had somebody at some point in our life tell us, you need to forgive them. You need to go and say sorry, and then the other person needs to forgive them. Now, I think most of us have had that experience. What it means is if somebody has done something unfair or wrong, we need to forgive them. We need to let them go. We need to forgive, forget, move on from it, and not hold it against the other person. Now, that is easier said than done, isn't it? I think it can feel quite hard to forgive people sometimes. Maybe even this week you've got into an argument with a brother or a sister or your mum or dad or somebody else that you're living with at the moment, and you can feel that they've done something unfair. Maybe they've taken something that was yours and you get really cross about it, and they say sorry and you say, I don't want to forgive you. Okay, this is going to be really practical about how you can forgive the other person. So if you've got a pen, if you've got paper, join with me and we are going to write out on here some words. The first one begins with the letter R. R. Recall the hurt or remember the hurt. So what happened? So once you've done that, put remember, here we go. And then around it, I want you to write out what happened. Maybe somebody hit you. Maybe somebody said something that wasn't very nice. Maybe you just feel a bit let down by somebody. Maybe they disappointed you. So write that out. The next one is the letter E. Now, E stands for, you ready for a big word? Empathy. Empathy. Here we go. Now, this word basically means that you feel what the other person is feeling. So maybe the other person got really angry and they hit you. Now what that means is that you have empathy for them. You think to yourself, what's the other person going through at the moment? Why did they act the way they did? So let's have a think about that. Why did the other person let you down? Why did the other person take something from you? Why did the other person hurt you? Let's have a think about that. Now that's empathy, because we're trying to understand what the other person is going through. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, so we've got remember and we've got empathy. You ready for A? A, this is a huge word. Here we go. Are you ready? Abundant grace. Ooh, that's so big, isn't it? Okay, now don't worry. This word, or these words, basically mean that we are going to forgive the other person even if they don't deserve it. What this means is that we are going to forgive them. We're going to move on, even if, they deserve to be punished or told off, or, for us to hit them back. Actually, what abundant grace means, even if the other person did something and they deserve to be punished for it, we are not going to do that. This is abundant grace. This is really, really good. It's a gift that we're going to give them. Okay, so abundant grace. Let's think about this. How can we kind of decide in our mind that we're going to let the other person off the hook, yeah? Okay, the next one, here we go. Ready? C. C for commit. Now, what this means is we're going to write a little letter. Now, on this letter, we're going to write, I forgive you. Here we go. Now, we need to write why we forgive them. So this is where we put remember what they did. We're going to say, I forgive you because blah, blah, blah. Maybe because they've taken something that wasn't theirs. Maybe because they've hurt you, something like that. I'm going to forgive you. I don't know what's maybe going on for you at the moment. That's empathy. And I'm going to forgive you even though you don't deserve it. So that's the grace part, the gift part. So this is our commitment. I'm deciding that I am going to forgive the other person. Now, it's really helpful if we write this out, okay? And then the final one is H. Hold on to forgiveness. Sometimes after we've forgiven the other person, we kind of think, oh, actually, I wish I never forgave them. I'm going to treat them mean, even if we've already said, I forgive you. And then we want to pick it back up and we want to, punish them in return. Actually, when that happens, we need to say, no, I'm holding on to forgiveness. I need to remind myself that I have forgiven the other person. Now, if you've got that letter, it's really useful to reread the letter, reread your commitment that you've forgiven them. Remember, I have forgiven this person for doing what they did. Even though they don't deserve my forgiveness, I'm still going to forgive them. Okay. So there's quite a lot in today's message, wasn't there? Reach, that's the word down the side. Remember what the other person has done so that we can have empathy. We can wonder why they did what they did, so that we can then give abundant grace. We can give them forgiveness even if they don't deserve it. We're going to commit that we forgive them. I forgive them. I'm going to commit to that, and we're going to hold on to it even when it feels really, really, really tough. Even if they're still winding us up or hurting us, we're going to hold on to forgiveness. Okay, I hope that goes really well with you this week. I hope your relationships, your friendships are all going really, really well. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. We premiere our videos every Sunday morning over on Facebook and YouTube. And so don't forget, if you're watching this after Sunday, to subscribe, like, and comment our videos. We would love to hear from you. So that is all from us for this week. Have a great week, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye.